to another episode of No News is News. We are no longer doing this dumb bullshit. We do a regular live stream. We're just doing the mobile live streams because the mobile live streams are actually cool and different and real and actually have an audience. And the other stuff is stupid and says that I can dual stream and stuff, and I really can't. Guys, remember, as we do every day on this show, we have the poll of the day. And who will be president in 2028? 881 days until election. And we have Gavin Newsom, who would have won earlier today. And he has 10 wins so far. And we have J.D. Vance in the runoff against Gavin Newsom. Because remember, we had an hour earlier this morning as well. And this J.D. Vance one is, how many J.D. Vance wins he got now? 27 wins. Those are the only two choices in this runoff tonight, guys. Get your votes in now. All right, closing that out. All right, we're getting into this, and let's go.
Quick break. Thanks to the speaker for joining us.
Right.
1-0 to be with you.
He's going to have somebody running for him.
That one's just a bit outside from DeLuzio.
You know, we were talking about famous folks from Louisiana in the baseball world. The one that always got me here was Rusty Staub from New Orleans, 6-time All-Star. Le Grand Orange, one of the first big stars in Canada when he played for the Montreal Expos.
Yeah, Rusty was a great player. Played for Jesuit High School in New Orleans. That was our nemesis. I went to Rummel High School. Rusty played for Jesuit. Will Clark played for Jesuit High School. They won state championship my junior year. They were a real team, I'll tell you what.
Old-timers like Mel Ott, also from Louisiana. Bill Dickey, Hall of Famer, 7-time World Series champ. Lee Smith, one of the best relievers in Major League from
Cubs
Gretna.
reliever was a great player.
Great Cardinal.
And
Cub.
Yep.
That's right. There you go.
Ron Guidry, don't forget the Ragin' Cajun, played for the Yankees. Boy, he could throw smoke.
Yeah, 25-3 in 1978 on that team. The Yankees won their second consecutive world title, went to 3 consecutive World Series. One back in 1977 and 78.
He was a phenomenal player.
Led by Mr. October himself.
Yeah, Reggie was leading off that team.
That's right. Craig Stubbe, 4 extra base hits, 10 ribs, batting .550.
Of course, only player ever to knock it out of Washington National Ballpark in the Congressional Baseball Game, so he can really take it. They get to walk here. They don't want to give him anything easy to hit.
I was gonna say, this is how you know they're just taking it easy.
Maybe I was wrong, guys. Maybe just y'all don't care. Nah, we got 2 people in the live stream already. Come on, guys, let's go.
Cedric Richmond, your friend, former Democratic congressman. You know, he threw nothing but smoke. He pitched at Morehouse College.
About 80 miles an hour in the strike zone. We don't miss him in the game, Chad. I love something.
85 miles an hour in the strike zone.
He said, "You think I could come out again?" I said, "Not a chance." He was too good.
And of course, the morning of the shooting at the practice, you know, he came to the hospital, saw you.
First person to come to the hospital.
Talk about your relationship with Cedric Richmond across the aisle.
In the state house together, and look, those relationships, those are special because.
Oh, he took that. He took that. Yeah, he took that.
This is a freebie, the old Don Baylor way.
There you go. Take it. Huizinga's up now. He'll take care of business.
Oh, he took
Brad
that.
Finstead there, you know, he's kind of the unsung hitter in terms of some of his hits last year. You know, he had 3 RBI in the game last season.
Yeah, you know, Finstead, he not only played high school ball, he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. So he had an injury along the way, played in the minor leagues, but he could play. Look at that hit by Huizinga.
Very nice.
Oh, they tried to do the double play, but they missed it. Oh, coming in. Second.
He's coming home.
Oh, he's going for it.
No, they're not going to even throw.
Woo! Not even going to attempt it. 3-0 Republican lead at the top of the 2nd inning. America 250 for the 5th in a row. Remember,
you got to watch in this game is walks and errors because those will always come back to bite you.
Aguilar makes a nice stop there. You know, sometimes they say the best throw to make is the one that you don't. Just hold the ball, and that's what happened there when that ball, you know, got into right field.
Now, I don't know if you're keeping score at home, but I'm going to throw a couple of errors on that particular play.
Yes.
Yeah, at least one, if not two. All right, Pat Harrigan, this guy, he's about 6'8". He looks like Wemby out there on the baseball diamond. Great guy. Great military service.
3-0 Republicans.
Last year, he pitched.
Yeah, he can throw.
The last inning, but he told me that he tore his labrum. He thought there was a pitch in the last inning, the 7th inning. We only play 7 innings in this game. He fired it about 10 feet over the catcher into the backstop, and he says he thought he tore his labrum. So he is only DHing tonight for the Republicans. He will not pitch or play in the field.
This is a one-game season, Chad. You got to play with pain.
One-game season.
I'm going to go have a talk with Pat. He's a tough guy. Man.
There you go.
He's a gamer, though. If we needed him, he would throw. But we got some great pitchers. Of course, Stubbe, August Pfluger comes in. Finstad can throw, too.
Yeah, I was told that they would probably go to him or Schmidt after Pfluger.
The Republicans have 47 congressional baseball wins. The Democrats have 42. So they have 5 more wins than the Democrats. And 1 year, in 1983, the game ended in a 17-17 tie. So if that tells you anything, 3-0 is nothing, guys, for inning 2. In 1983, the game ended in a 17-17 tie. Every other year we had a victor. 47 wins for the Republicans, 42 wins, I believe. 42 wins for the Democrats. Democrats had over 10 wins in a row before COVID. But the last 4 years, the Republicans have been on a win streak, and they are looking for their 5th win in a row and to go up on the Democrats overall by 6 games and get their 48th win in congressional baseball. Oh, there it goes. It's out. Oh, he got it. He caught it.
Long out, and the runners are chased back. Boy, that was a huge play because if that ball
Wow.
gets away, absolutely.
That was John
All right, men on second and third. Or first and second.
Back into the infield.
First and second, top of the second, 2
Well,
outs.
this will be his last congressional baseball game. He's in the batting order where you were hitting, playing first base. He was running for governor, lost the primary last week.
And he's our starting first baseman. So that tells you, Chad, there is now an opening at first baseman. And there is
There it goes, baby.
Who's a 5-time Gold Glove winner in the major leagues at first base. I'm just saying.
Who could that be?
Yeah, who
Mark
could that be?
Teixeira, Republican
He's out there
running
on
for
the
Congress.
field. He can't play.
Oh!
Check the rules. They won't let him play. But
They're not allowed to steal. They're not allowed to steal.
He asked when tryouts start.
Holy moly.
We talked about some of the other people who have played in this game who had been in the majors. We have Jim Bunning, of course.
Hall of Famer. Jim
Hall of Famer, only player to throw no-hitters. And, well, I think there were 5 who played fired no-hitters in both leagues. Vinegar Ben Mizell. Mark Teixeira, 3-time All-Star next year.
And World Series champ with the Yankees.
Won with the Yankees. Career WAR of 50.4. Should he be in the Hall of Fame, gentlemen?
I think he should. If you look at his
Gets my
homers,
vote. Absolutely.
Gold Gloves, he had a $180 million contract with the Yankees. He was already a star with the Texas Rangers.
Well, you look at his Hall of Fame comparables, though. He's next to Edwin Encarnacion. Gil Hodges, who is in the Hall of Fame, mostly because he managed the Miracle Mets in '69. And then you also have Jose Canseco. So conventional wisdom would say, Hall of the Very Good, maybe? Hall of Fame.
Got a case to make. Darrell Evans is another guy. He's one of our coaches. He can't be here tonight, but Darrell's a guy who's got over 400 home runs, used to hit in front of Hank Aaron, was on base when Hank Aaron broke
wow.
With the Braves.
Another walk.
Uh-oh, bases loaded.
That's like 4 walks this inning, guys.
Yo.
Here's Texan action. 3-time All-Star. Won 5 Gold Glove. A 5 Gold Glove winner. I mean, that's impressive by itself.
That guy's going to be a voting member of Congress next year. And he's going to be trying out for the baseball team for our other
Do you think they'll just walk in and not pitch to him?
I told Mark, I said, look, they're going to try to walk you, but they're just not that good. The ball's going to probably skip and come into the strike zone. You can hit it out of the park.
But, some of these guys come up from the minors. You never know if they can get up here and hit congressional pitching. It's a little bit different, right?
It's not the 198-mile-an-hour stuff you saw in the big leagues. It's about 50 miles an hour with junk. But I think he's going to be able to figure out what to do.
big at bat right here. Pfluger looks at that one, and another called
Oh,
strike.
got the strike.
And just like that, DeLuzio is in pretty decent shape here. He's got some pitches to play with. 2 outs and 0-2 with the Sox jacked.
Pivotal moment in the game. I know it's early, but this is some of these big innings that the Democrats gave up last year. Bases loaded. If DeLuzio is able to get out of this, the Democrats might have a chance.
Woo! Got him on the. Wow! Wow! That was bases loaded, everybody. Bases loaded for the Republicans, up 3-0 with 2 outs, 0-2 count. Man took it swinging. All right, I'll be back in a second. I got to take a phone call here, so check this all out. But when they come back, it will be back up at the bottom of the second inning. Democrats up to bat once again, and it is 3-0. But remember, guys, 3-0 is nothing. 1983, the game ended in a 17-17 tie. They go only 7 innings, not 9. Be back in a minute, guys.
Father, a chauffeur. Their son graduated from Morehouse College in Atlanta. His Book Notes television appearance was on July 21st, 2000. Bennett provided a different view of what is normally written about Mr. Lincoln. Lerone Bennett claimed that Lincoln was a racist at heart and had little interest in abolition.
An interview with the late Dr. Lerone Bennett Jr. about his book, Forced into Glory, Abraham Lincoln's White Dream. Booknotes Plus, with our host Brian Lamb, is available wherever you get your podcasts and on the C-SPAN Now app.
C-SPAN is as unbiased as you can get.
You are so fair. I don't know how anybody can say otherwise.
You guys do the most important work for everyone in this country.
I love C-SPAN because I get to hear all the voices.
You bring these divergent viewpoints and you present both sides of an issue and you allow people to make up their own minds. I absolutely love C-SPAN. I love to hear both sides. I watch C-SPAN every morning, and it is unbiased, and you bring in factual information for the callers to understand where they are in their comments.
It's probably the only place that we can hear honest opinion of Americans across the country.
You guys at C-SPAN are doing such a wonderful job of allowing free exchange of ideas without a lot of interruptions.
Thank you, C-SPAN, for being a light in the dark.
Best ideas and best practices can be found anywhere.
Well, we have to listen so we can govern better.
Democracy depends on heavy doses of civility.
You can fight and still be friendly.
Bridging the divide in American politics.
You know, you may not agree with a Democrat on everything, but you can find areas where you do agree.
He's a pretty likable guy as well.
Chris Coons and I are actually friends. He votes wrong all the time, but we're actually friends.
The horrible secret that Scott and I have is that we actually respect each other.
We all don't hate each other.
You two actually kind of like each other. These are the kinds of secrets we'd like to expose.
It's nice to be with a member who knows what they're talking about.
You guys did agree to the civility, all right?
He owes my son $10 from a bet.
It is never paid. But fork it over.
That's fighting words right there.
Glad I'm not in charge.
I'm thrilled to be on the show with him.
They're not shows like this, right? Incentivizing that relationship.
Ceasefire, Friday nights on C-SPAN.
Jimmy Panetta. Panetta, pretty good player here.
You know, Panetta talks about going up to the Congressional Baseball Game at Memorial Stadium back in 1975 when his dad was playing. You know, they've moved the game around. They had played at Griffith Stadium here. They played at Memorial Stadium. They played at RFK Stadium, Bowie Bay Sox Stadium just east of Washington, D.C., which is the home of the Bowie Bay Sox. One year they played at 4 Mile Run Park back in Alexandria.
That one hard hit to third. Long throw by Pfluger and right on time. You know, I mentioned Panetta there, Chad. Again, don't be surprised if you haven't seen the game before. Some of these guys really can hit that baseball. I mean, he's batting .478, got a knock and 13 ribs. He knows what he's doing out there this time. August Pfluger, right place, right time to rob him of a base hit.
Yeah, he just hit it right at Pfluger there, and Pfluger has made 2 spot-on plays from third base. Hard hit balls by the Democrats so far, and the Republicans, meantime, And when they were up, they had hit 3 hard hit balls, not in the infield, but to all 3 outfield positions. Pfluger to center, Luttrell to left, and then Feenstra to right. So the Democrats are hitting the ball, but the Republicans are hitting the ball to the outfield, which is the difference so far.
Stubbe with a bit of off speed right there into Kevin Mullen, representing California's 15th San Mateo County. 0-1.
You know, Mullen is the DH, one of the 2 DHs tonight. He played left field a couple of years ago. He injured his knee, and he made a circus catch, turned into a double play. He dove down the left field line, made the catch, and Joni Ernst, the Republican senator from Iowa, kind of went off the base there, didn't tag up, wasn't sure if they had made the catch, and they doubled her up to end the inning.
0-2 offering, and Stubbe once again is absolutely rolling. He had 7 strikeouts last year in this contest, and it looks like nope. And that's going to be another one. And a reminder, everybody, the biggest World Cup ever is here. The U.S. men's national team kicking off their World Cup dream Friday night in Los Angeles. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. Eastern with the match at 9 only on Fox.
This is Dave Min, freshman Democrat, played in his first game last year, 1 for 1. And, you know, they don't have walk-up songs in the Congressional Baseball Game. But last year, you know what he told me? He said if they had a walk-up song, you know what it would be?
What?
It's Raining Men. M-I-N.
Got it. Well done. What would be yours?
I'd probably pick something from AC/DC.
Nice.
Or I might do Sirius from Alan Parsons. You know, the old Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls song. Or something maybe from ELO, the instrumental part of Fire on High.
I'm liking where you're going with your musical taste there, my friend. And that should be an easy 6-3, and that's the putout. By the way, I would go with Metallica, Sandman. 3-0 is our score as we wrap up action here in the second. Back with the third after this.
You look back on what you've achieved in your life, what makes you the happiest of what you've achieved so far?
This interview is the absolute apex.
Leaders seem to like to wear wigs. How come he didn't have a wig? President Trump said, I made a mistake the first time. I should have given it to you the first time.
That isn't what he said.
Your first book was called A Time to Kill. Right. How many publishers turned that down?
Well, all of them.
It's very rare to see Donald Trump laugh.
He doesn't like to smile in photos. He has what they call the stare. How would the stare?
When you go to the Oscars, did everybody say, oh, there's the author?
All the beautiful people go this way. And then they have another little path in the Oscars where the people like I go.
So you wrote a book about somebody who lived with wolves.
I interviewed a guy who lived with wolves, yep.
And is that safe to do that?
Absolutely not.
So I know you were not complaining. You were opinionated about the situation, which is why we love you, David.
In a divided media world, one place brings Americans together. According to a new Magid research report, nearly 90 million Americans turn to C-SPAN, and they're almost perfectly balanced. 28% conservative, 27% liberal or progressive, 41% moderate. Republicans watching Democrats, Democrats watching Republicans, moderates watching all sides. Because C-SPAN viewers want the facts, straight from the source. No commentary, no agenda, just democracy, unfiltered, every day on the C-SPAN networks. Campaign 2026 is underway, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Every seat in the United States House of Representatives is up for grabs, along with 33 U.S. Senate races, and the outcome of both could reshape the balance of power in Washington. Voters will also decide 36 gubernatorial contests. From the campaign trail to election night, follow Campaign 2026 on the C-SPAN networks. C-SPAN, bringing you democracy unfiltered. Who's your representative? Who sits on which committee? Where do you even start? C-SPAN's official congressional directory. Get essential contact information for government officials all in one place. The congressional directory costs $32.95 plus shipping and handling, and every purchase helps support C-SPAN's nonprofit operations. Get your congressional directory by scanning the QR code or at cspanshop.org. Stay informed. Stay engaged.
Ultimately, he would top 714, which at the time was the mark held by the Babe. and hit .715. I'll never forget that day.
Off of Al Downing. Tom House, the bullpen, the relief pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, caught it in the bullpen. Uh-oh, look who we have there.
He looks familiar.
Yes, sitting next to Nanette Berrigan, Democratic representative from Southern California, the Speaker, the House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries. He's going to come join us here in an inning or two.
Did you notice what he was wearing?
Oh, yes. Yes, well, I teased him a couple of days ago. He was absolutely convinced that the Knicks were going to win. Knicks in 6, he said. And I said, how about the Congressional Baseball Game? And he says, Chad, he said, why'd you have to go ruin a bad conversation about the New York Knicks?
Oh, that's so great. As you know, I've lived in New York, and I'm so thrilled for the city because it has been a long time in coming. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm saying this. The fact that they're in this position has been terrific for denizens of Gotham.
Absolutely. Quite a title drought in the Big Apple. 68 for the New York Jets, 73 for the Knicks. Bill Bradley and Walt Frazier, Jerry Lucas from Middletown, Ohio, the 86 Mets. New York Rangers in 94, the Yankees, who Jeffries pulls for in 09, and then, of course, the Giants in 2011.
Giants won a Super Bowl on my birthday one year. And by the way, let's not forget the good Dr. J, the New York Nets, back in the ABA days.
But they played at the Nassau Coliseum on the island.
That's right.
Also played for the Virginia Squires in the ABA.
Yes, he did. Speaking of the island, you ever make your way over to Uniondale? Check out Denny Potvin and the boys back in the day.
I never got to go to that arena. Of course, they played there. Yeah. They closed it. They played at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Went back. Now they're, of course, at the new building. I saw a game, actually, when they played at Barclays Center. I saw one of the first basketball games there with the Nets and the Clippers.
Good for you. That's a good place for a ball game. Not cheap to get food, though, I can tell you that.
And really built for a concert.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Iron Maiden.
No, you didn't.
Up the irons.
Love it. Blake Moore, 0 for 1. Chopper, that one to short. Should be easy on a double play ball.
Double play.
Exactly right. 6-3, and 2 wiped off the board.
Pete Aguilar turned that. He didn't even go to Ruiz. Guns down Blake Moore again. A good runner there.
How good is that Aguilar?
That was pretty good. I mean, if you look at the, he made the error that led to the runs last time, but he really got him that time.
Very smooth. So quickly, 2 away for the GOP here in the top of the third. DeLuzio, by the way, 52 pitches now. A little wayward in the top of the second, but here at the top of the third, he seems to be having his way. Luttrell, 0 for 1, flew out in the second inning.
This will be Luttrell's last Congressional Baseball Game. He's been the backstop for a couple of years here. And, he was a Navy SEAL. His brother Marcus authored Lone Survivor. And, last year there was a pitch that kind of got away from him. And I told you that Jerry Park, the first base umpire, was umping at the plate. He turned around and bumped him in the head.
And a wide strike zone equals another strikeout. It happens. Middle of the third, 3-0.
Years. Sorry, guys. Man, that was such a long delay that I had there. What is going on with the game?
From famous speeches.
Let's see.
Give me liberty or give me death.
Yo, chill out.
Reenactments and visits to key historic sites across the country. We bring you unprecedented, all-platform coverage, exploring the stories, sights, and spirit that make up America. Join us for remarkable coast-to-coast coverage featuring key events from our past that make possible the unlimited opportunities of our future. Celebrating our nation's journey like no other network can. America 250. Over a year of historic
I should put
moments. C-SPAN, official media partner of America 250.
best ideas and best practices can be
Put
found
this up
anywhere.
here.
Well, we have to listen so we can govern better.
Democracy depends on heavy doses of civility.
You can fight and still be friendly.
Bridging the divide in American politics.
You know, you may not agree with a Democrat on everything, but you can find areas where you do agree.
He's a pretty likable guy as well.
Chris Coons and I are actually friends. He votes wrong all the time, but we're actually friends.
The horrible secret that Scott and I have is that we actually respect each other.
We all don't hate each other.
You two actually kind of like each other. These are the kinds of secrets we'd like to expose.
It's nice to be with a member who knows what they're talking about.
You guys did agree to the civility, all right?
He owes my son $10 from a bet.
It is never paid. Fork it over.
That's fighting words right there.
Glad I'm not in charge.
I'm thrilled to be on the show with him.
They're not shows like this, right? Incentivizing that relationship.
Ceasefire. Friday nights on C-SPAN.
C-SPAN is as unbiased as you can get.
You are so fair. I don't know how anybody can say otherwise.
Why is it taking so damn long? What's going on, guys? Does everybody know what's happening here? Why is it taking so long to come back? They're just showing the stadium? It's kind of wild. All right, here we go. We're back at it.
The second baseman for the Democrats from California.
What we got? What we got?
What a great crowd we have here tonight, Chad. I know this is for charity as we look at Olszewski there out of Maryland second. I'm just looking at the crowd. What a beautiful night for baseball. Great weather.
Bro, why ain't they putting the score up?
For obviously
I don't even know what the score is right now.
You couldn't pick it any better tonight. I mean, we've been here some
3-0. All right, I didn't lose anything.
That's not the case.
I didn't miss a damn thing. Bottom of the third.
I was out this morning on Fox
missed not a
Business
damn
and
thing.
Also on C-SPAN,
3-0 Republicans still.
Ball game, and it rained. We had to kind of take cover in the dugouts for a little bit there, but this is really a prime June night.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh! Diving catch! Eric Schmidt! That's a fucking rep!
The Redbirds would be proud of a player.
Whoa! His face!
And he roughed himself up here a little bit.
Damn, bro!
The warning track on the side there. Now
he was not going to give that up.
Doctor might have to come out.
That's a man that can do it.
But he's doing it old school there. Just
wow!
Some dirt on it. He covered a lot of.
He really went for it. Oh my God! Look at his face, just right into the face.
Redbirds would be proud of a play like that, worth every play. Tremendous.
Gold Glover right there in left field for the Redbirds.
Stubbe comes right back with an offering high, but over the plate.
You know, and of course Schmidt is mostly known for his hitting prowess. You know, a good defense and you know, keeping him off the bases. You know, they robbed him right there. That could have been a big way to start that inning.
How tough is that guy?
Yeah, he's still bleeding out there.
Wow!
You know, Johnny,
he is literally bleeding from the nose. He is gushing from the nose, guys. That is insane.
But he robbed him right there, Eric Schmidt.
He's probably not going to come back at the end of this inning, but they're gonna leave him out there. He's a congressman. He's bleeding. Where's the Secret Service? Bro did it to himself, though.
Hustling to get over there.
That's old style baseball right there. You know, it's funny. You know,
Kansas's second congressional congressman.
Takes the game
2025. He just came here.
From practice,
freshman congressman.
To tell me that he had the highest OPS on base.
Wow!
In congressional.
Look at that.
1.8. Which, if you think about the top major leaguers, Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, and then Lou Gehrig, they're all
unbelievable, everybody.
You know, Schmidt, he probably.
That was crazy. That guy is, his whole nose is bleeding out there in left field.
Looking every bit the part of the all-time great Cardinal left fielders. You think of Stan the Man Musial, Lou Brock.
Lou Brock, a center fielder.
Played a little left as well.
Oh, down the third base line again. Here he comes again. He's got it.
Once again, Ruiz
puts it in there. He's going to come out. He's going to come out at the end of this inning. You saw that, right? He's losing blood quickly.
To drop in, maybe gotten 3 bags out of it.
Yep.
This would be a tie ball game, or 3-1 right now, and Democrats starting to scratch back. We're going to have a runner here for Ruiz. It's a Greg Kazar from Texas.
What's the benefit here of having all these bench runners?
Well, the idea that some of these guys, keeps them fresh. That's the first thing. The second thing here is that you also have, some guys who are just faster. Greg Kazar, as I said, he won what was called the Capital Challenge a few years ago, and he had was considered to be the fastest man in Congress. Now, those are distances, and back when they were allowed to steal, that made things a little bit different for the Democrats, and he did steal a couple of bases for the Democrats a few years ago.
Have wheels, will travel. Here comes the 1-0, 2 outs from Stubbe. That one chest up. No.
Oh, they robbed that on him.
For a called strike. DeLuzio did not like that one bet.
Nah, they robbed him on that one.
Boy, it would be sweet justice if he could manage to get a base hit here. That might even plate that excellent speed at first.
Oh.
Hard hit ball, but chopped foul. That makes it now 1 ball, 2 strikes. 38 pitches now for Stubbe. He is in position, if he's successful here, to get out of this inning with under 40 pitches in the ballgame.
Kevin, we missed somebody on our list of great St. Louis outfielders. Kurt Flood.
Oh, great.
Woo! Took him swinging. Goodbye.
Play by Schmidt. And the GOP maintains a lead.
Schmidt is... That is crazy.
You look back on what you've achieved in your life. What makes you the happiest of what you've achieved?
Guy is 58 years old. Derek Schmidt, 58 years old, House rep from Kansas. He was just elected last year. Just wow. Derek Schmidt is an American politician and attorney serving as the U.S. representative for Kansas' 2nd Congressional District. He is best known for his 12-year tenure as the Kansas Attorney General, his subsequent run for Kansas governor in 2022, and his extensive career in the Kansas State Senate. His career is marked by several key roles. U.S. Representative was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives as a Republican, taking office in 2025. He serves on committees such as the Judiciary Committee. Kansas Attorney General from 2011 to 2023. As the state's chief legal officer, he personally argued 3 cases before the U.S. Supreme Court. He is noted for joining a high-profile post-election lawsuit that challenged the 2020 presidential election results. Wow. During his tenure, he also led efforts to strengthen consumer privacy and human trafficking laws. Kansas State Senate 2001 to 2011. Prior to serving as an attorney general, Schmidt spent a decade in the Senate, in the state Senate, including 6 years as a Senate Majority Leader. In 2022 gubernatorial campaign, he won the Republican nomination for the governor of Kansas, but ultimately lost in a closely contested 2022 general election to incumbent governor Lori Kelly. Wow, man. Now he's making nose dives on the field, everybody. Republicans up still 3-0. Our top of 4. We are on the top of the 4th inning now, guys. Let's check in on our poll of the day. See what's going on the poll of the day today. Poll of the day. In today's poll of the day. Let's check in on our poll of the day. Poll of the day. Okay, we're back. This guy's wearing a fucking Knicks jersey.
6-6, and look, I think we're going to win.
Knicks in 6.
And then we'll go to San Antonio up 3-1. Then we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario is that we win it at home in Game 6.
Big time back on the diamond.
Why would you say? Why would you say Knicks in 6 when they can be Knicks?
But again, great tracking there.
That is disgusting. The rep from Brooklyn going on the commentary during the Congressional Baseball Game wearing a Knicks jersey right before the Knicks game, saying not the Knicks in 5, but implying that they'll lose another game, guys. That is Hakeem Jeffries for you all. Get him, Brooklyn. Get him.
Oh, that's a very interesting question. You know, listen, I actually think that Karl Anthony Towns
nice.
is very thoughtful. All of them are very thoughtful, but he's been particularly, thoughtful over the last playoff run. And he's not from New York, so I'm not threatening Schumer or Gillibrand. And so I think that's the right answer.
Man aboard.
I will say that Jimmy has been tracking the ball incredibly well. And Shamari Figures in center field. We're seeing some good defense played.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to get to Stubby yet.
Yeah, that was interesting to have him back in center field. Figures only pinch ran last year, and he made a good catch earlier in the first inning. We talked about the baseball prowess out of Mobile, Satchel Paige. And, of course, you and I have talked a lot before about Jackie Robinson and the picture you have hanging in your office of him stealing home plate during the World Series for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Jackie Robinson, and, of course, Willie Mays is from Alabama.
Yep.
And from Birmingham, I believe, which is represented by Terry Sewell, who's also here.
When you were growing up, obviously New York has been a baseball town. The Yankees have been so successful. But I have to say, and I lived in New York, as you know, there's something special about the Knicks. It just kind of cuts. It doesn't matter if you're on Long Island, if you're over in New Jersey over the bridge. There's just something special about them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And if you think about it, basketball is the city game. That's what it's known as.
Exactly.
And so the Knicks are the city team. And even though the Nets, now play in Brooklyn, before that they were in New Jersey, and then before that they were in the Nassau Coliseum with Dr. J.
That's right.
We talked about him earlier playing.
That's right.
Of course, over, and I think that may have been in the ABA.
That's right. They beat the Nuggets for the ABA championship.
They had the multicolored basketball in those days.
Yep. That's right.
The NBA
yes. Got it in. Keep it going.
And it will make it 4-0. GOP as another hard hit ball equals production on the base path.
Marlon Stutzman, he got the hit here. He's played in 7 games, 2 for 15, only a 133 batting average. But coming into the game, he had 5 RBI. He had a 2 RBI double in the game last night. Now he's up to 6. He's one of those little guys that they don't think about much in their lineup. Used to pitch a little bit. And that ball that he hit up the middle just out of the reach of the pitcher DeLuzio there. And here comes Linda Sanchez out of the dugout, coming over to talk to Morgan McGarvey.
Time for a conversation. We've seen a couple of
4-0 Republicans.
A couple of hit by pitch. And, of course, that offering. Now, again, no disrespect. I think he's doing a fine job. But every now and again, you have to make some changes to stay competitive. I see Cisneros right there.
Yes, this is Gil Cisneros, the Democratic representative from California, coming into the game for Alex Padilla, playing first base there. And they got together with McGarvey. I thought she was going to go out to the mound. Using parliamentary terms here tonight. And in this game, you know what they call a mound visit?
What's that?
A conference committee.
A conference committee. That's about right.
And if there's a
he's a clown and decrease of the country. Democrat Party are stealing elections. Wake up, people.
Field. That's going to advance the runners. Should lead the sacks. Jack Nola. Runner's going to.
Oh! He's taking it. Competitive is the race. 5-0.
Get that ball back into the infield quickly.
Actually, I think 6-0.
Ruiz did a bit at second base there. That's
no, 5-0. 5-0 Republicans.
Who is new to this team. Republican from Tennessee. Won a special election a couple of months ago. Replaced Mark Green, former chair of the House Homeland Security Committee, who resigned.
Can I just say, one of the things that people don't talk enough about when it comes to baseball, you really get your cardio in. You are running a lot. You're running after balls. You're running.
You need to get this pitcher out of there.
And a lot of these guys are pretty.
Hey, best buddy, start panting like a dog.
About it. I mean, I played for a couple of years. And certainly is the case that I found the practice was just great exercise, great camaraderie to be out there in the morning, and then of course on game day. Wonderful experience to be in National Stadium.
You stole a lot of bases when you played.
I did steal a lot of bases. You know, it was interesting. I was asking one of the former players, Nanette Badagan, earlier today. Apparently, they've taken stolen bases out of the game.
Yeah. That was the thing with Greg Kazar running for you guys. Now, talk to us about what's happening right here. The Democrats are holding them tight, and it seemed like last year, same thing happened, and then there was always an inning where everything started to go downhill.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. I mean, I think we were playing well, holding them pretty tight, as you indicated, and then not necessarily errors occurred in this inning, but
go,
the
baby.
Republicans have been very aggressive on the base paths, and we haven't necessarily been as aggressive in getting the ball back into the infield or getting the ball to home plate.
I think that's a fair point. Let me ask you, growing up, I mean, we talked about Jackie. Who else did you like in baseball? Were you a Reggie fan? Did you have other guys that you were fans of in terms of baseball growing up?
Yeah, I really started locking in on baseball in 1977. I was 7 years old.
Mr. October.
And Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. But that team, whether it was Greg Nettles or Willie Randolph.
Damn,
certainly
bro.
Chris Chambliss.
Yep.
Goose Gossage.
Chambliss hit the home run to send the Yankees to the series in 1976, Game 5 of the 76 NLCS.
That's right. And then, of course, we had
ALCS, I should say.
ALCS, that's right. So it was a great team, 7-7 team, 78 team. Billy Martin,
woo!
You know, as the coach, Ron Guidry.
Can't go.
He was a great pitcher, and that's what hooked me on baseball.
Yeah, we talked about Guidry a little
Oh,
bit
they can
earlier.
go because it's a walk.
So we talked about the photo in your office of Jackson, of Jackie Robinson. Here he is, 1955, Game 1 of the World Series, sliding in there, Yogi Berra. Your thoughts?
And for the people who are young, and a lot of youngsters watching tonight, those Dodgers were in Brooklyn, not Los Angeles.
No, those Dodgers were in Brooklyn, and there's still a lot of people who are bitter about the fact that the Dodgers left back at home.
Including my father-in-law.
That's right.
Who's from Brooklyn.
I know some family members that are still mad about the Giants. Okay, I'm just saying. They're like, wait a minute, the Giants
The
left
commentator
New York
sticks
and
up the blue
they
parties.
San Francisco.
I mean, could you imagine that we had the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Giants?
Wow.
Willie Mays in center for the Giants, Mickey Mantle in center for the Yankees, and Duke Snyder in center for the Dodgers.
Willie, Mickey, and the Duke.
Willie,
famous
Mickey, and the Duke.
Song, yeah.
That's right.
Now, you probably know this name. We're talking about New York and baseball.
Oh, come on.
Schmidt gets underneath that one, but it could be in no man's land. It's
Yes.
a drop in there. One
Go.
run will definitely score, and it looks like it's going to stay right there.
That's
Bases
it.
loaded.
All right.
GOP a little
6-0.
conservative, but they'll take the run, leading 6-0.
Jeez.
Yeah, Mike Levin, the third baseman, I started to see him creep in a little bit, almost near the grass. You see the same thing with Pete Aguilar. They're playing the double play depth. And then you group one into no man's land there. I thought they might send Feenstra at third.
Yeah.
But they held him up, gave him the stop sign. Jack
they would,
Bergman,
too.
the first base coach, talking to Greg Murphy, another pinch runner here for the Republicans, Republican of North Carolina. I started to say, New Yorkers in baseball.
Yeah.
Jacob Rupert. Does that name mean something to you?
It doesn't.
So Jacob Rupert was a congressman, and he wanted to buy a baseball team in New York. He tried to buy the Giants, and then went across the river to the second division team at that time and purchased the New York Yankees, and then acquired somebody from Boston named
Babe Ruth.
And the rest is history. Part of the Tammany Hall machine, Jacob Rupert, and he is in Cooperstown, not as a congressman, but as a baseball
owner. Yeah, as a baseball owner.
That wide offering by DeLuzio, his 73rd offering already tonight. We're just at the top of the fourth. He makes it through this frame. I think that's going to be it for him tonight.
I think that's exactly right. I think the goal is to get him through the fourth inning and then probably hand it off to Pete Aguilar.
Now, last year he went through 5 and threw a lot more pitches. I mean, he was about 60 pitches higher.
Aguilar.
It was DeLuzio who threw that many.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they brought Aguilar through a little more than 30.
He's got a pretty good stick, does too.
There you go.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's a great hitter.
Yeah.
So the Republicans have been crowing a lot about Mark Teixeira, the former Yankee, probably going to win next year in Texas. Come to Congress. Is there anybody in the Democratic farm system coming?
Wow, walks him in.
Bring some salvation to the Democrats.
7-0.
Super scouting because
walking him in.
On the way, that's going to be a big problem.
Oh.
I have a prediction. I believe
oh, she's going out to the mound.
The Congressional Baseball
Oh no.
record for intentional.
The white lady. She's going out to the mound. It's time to go.
Linda Sanchez looks like she's going to make her way out to the mound to say thank you for all your hard work.
See you later.
Doing another walk, and that means another
Lady's the manager, and she's pulling him out.
It's one of these conference committees I talked about.
While we have a moment, let's go ahead and sit it down to the field and check in with Annie Mae. Annie.
Yeah, of course, guys. We're going to give you hopefully the first and only
Big Mama.
injury update here on the.
Oh yeah.
We saw Eric Schmidt, of course, with that incredible catch. You can see it right now. Comes up with a little bit of a scratch on his nose and, of course, his inner right arm. So he came back to the dugout after wiping a little bit of blood off the nose.
Eric Schmidt is what they said.
Him up. It took a total of 2-3 minutes or so. Smiles, of course, on his face the entire time, and he was greeted by his entire Republican counterpart team down here. So they got him stitched up, they got him back, not stitched up, bandaged up, of course, all the way back.
Oh, he's a senator.
What his next hit up? So
I completely missed this wrong, guys. That was not a. He's not a congressman from Kansas. He is a senator.
Field of play, keeping things. You know, it's interesting. I love this game so much. I've been a baseball fan my whole life. My dad worked at the old Sportsman's Park in St. Louis.
Senator.
For me, it's fun no matter what. I will attend spring training. That's as much of a baseball fan. Have you been a baseball fan to go to spring training at all?
I've been able to go to spring training once at the invitation of Congresswoman Kathy Castor, who represents the Tampa Bay St. Pete area.
Yep.
And so she invited me down to spring training to see the Yankees play. I'm a Yankees fan.
Yep.
I'm a Jets fan, long-suffering Jets fan.
Long-suffering indeed.
And of course, a Knicks fan.
Well, we can't thank you enough for your time tonight. And obviously, there are those who will say go Spurs, but I think there are a lot of folks in this part of the country that are going to say go Knickerbockers. And thank you for spending a bit of your time with us. And I hope you enjoy the game tonight.
Thank you much. Appreciate you both.
Thanks, Mr. Leader.
Thank you.
Thank you. Minority Leader.
All right, Team New Obama is off the commentating table.
Game of 2026. Of course, this contest for charity. Alex Padilla getting in a couple of warm-up throws. One game in his career of the Congressional Baseball Game. Couple of innings pitched and just a couple of earned runs.
You know, they took him out from first base. Alex Padilla didn't play in the game last year. He went home to deal with DHS-related issues, and so he didn't wind up playing. But this is the first time he's been back to pitching. His pitch mix is this: he throws a fastball, a curveball, which is kind of a Kershaw 12-6, he says, and also a screwball a la Fernando Valenzuela, who is one of his heroes, being from Southern California. So it kind of runs inside, and he used to throw a split finger fastball, but he kind of ditched it.
Goodbye.
You mentioned Fernando Valenzuela. You know, it's just there are some players that transcend a moment in the sport, and I just really loved what he meant to Major League Baseball back then. 6-time All-Star, won the Cy Young, and he was the Rookie of the Year. In '81, he won his first 8 starts, 5 of them by shutout. Truly Fernando Mania was a moment in time for baseball fans, young and old, and not just here in the States, but especially over in Mexico as well. As we see a battle
hit by pitch, and there goes another one. It's 8-0 Republicans.
It's going to mean yet another run in for the Republicans, make it 8-0.
So here we have Catherine Clark, the House Democratic whip from the Boston area. Thanks for coming in here. So what's going on here with this score? They're running up the score 8-0.
They're looking like the Red Sox.
Well, the Red Sox are 13.5 out and haven't won since 2018.
Oh! Got it! Oh, and he missed it too!
Moving a mini. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Could be 3, and indeed that.
Wow, 3.
And the GOP is on a roll, 11-0.
11-0 run.
What do you do, Ms. Clark?
Well, you know, we keep the faith as we always do, and this is America's pastime. And
Oh, you hear the USA chants?
for the
Hear the
Americans,
USA chants?
we're gonna keep the faith and keep
USA! USA! Democrats falling on their ass.
Notwithstanding the score, this is about charity. This is about America's favorite pastime. This is a lot of fun, no matter which team you're cheering for.
It's a lot of fun, and it's great to have all our staff here and family members, and it's been great. All these kids have been on the floor of the House of Representatives because they're in for the
Why
game.
so much blue?
And it's just really nice to come together for a good cause and have a great night.
So what do the Red Sox and the Democrats have to do to get back on track? Red Sox lost to the Rays today 7-5.
Oh my God! It's like, listen, Red Sox are having a building year, and
Building year here too for the Dems.
and you know, well, we're a little worried about some of the recruits that we've heard about coming in for the Republicans.
Mark Teixeira.
Yes.
Yeah, I betcha.
And you know, so we miss Cedric very much, but it really is. It's something we all look forward to, and it's just.
Guys, a new update on the records here because we're talking real sports here, and we're not going to play these games with these dumb idiots. The biggest victory ever was in 1928. The Democrats won 36-4. Okay, they won 36-4, and that was the largest margin of victory. But then there was also another large margin of victory in 2013. The Democrats won 22-0. 22-0. And in 2024, 2 years ago, the Republicans won 31-11. But the Republicans are not going over that. 36-4, guys. You got to win by, what is that? 32 runs? 32 runs?
Are in a wild card spot.
Woo!
That's right, but it really is. It is about having a chance to come out to celebrate, and you know, here on the 250th, where everyone's wearing the USA jerseys instead of what they usually wear, their own hometown jerseys. It's fun, and it's a great event.
You know, I have to say that just looking out, even though it was kind of fun to see people
getting destroyed, but they're not the biggest destroy yards.
High school teams and maybe the
Remember, 36-4 is the biggest margin of victory in congressional baseball history.
The Republicans in red, the
Democrats
in blue.
hold that
It just looks like
record.
more of a conventional baseball, how it should look. It's nice colors, patriotic colors on both sides.
Right, and we're color coded because we love that.
Absolutely. And you guys are always on the third base side, left field line, and the Republicans are on the right field side.
right.
So politics with the baselines here.
So, but it's you know, it is nice, especially this year in the nation's 250th,
baby.
to be able to be out here, have sort of the uniforms
Woo!
reflect where we are, because at the end of the day, we're all patriots, and we believe in this country, and we believe in baseball and family.
Yes, sir, Mike.
And to that end, we were talking earlier about the beautification that's ongoing here in the nation's capital. It's just terrific. I talk to visitors all the time, and they just love it. Great time for the city.
Taking the walk,
Great
all right.
time for fans of baseball. And another pass ball there, so that's another walk.
That was ball 4 there. Yeah.
Ball 4, yep. So that means runners now on first and second. Padilla hoping to slam the door here on what has been already a productive inning for the GOP.
You know, talk to us here a little bit about women's involvement in the game. You know, Linda Sanchez, the first Democratic manager, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a huge baseball fan.
Let's go, America.
You know, huge sports fan.
Yeah, well, I remember, you know, she went when the Niners were playing and the Giants were in the World Series. There was a day
Love
one
this
time she
country.
went to the Niners game in the afternoon and the Giants game the World Series game in the evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, Nancy Pelosi, her father was partly instrumental in bringing the St. Louis Browns to Baltimore to become the Baltimore Orioles. You know, he was a congressman and got Memorial Stadium built, and she's a huge, as you know, baseball fan, has quite a canon of baseball.
Youth
bats.
is wasted
Willie
on the
Mays
young.
and Willie McCovey
Welcome
and
back,
the
Michael.
Yeah, well, we're
Oh! You lost it!
First base.
No, what are you doing?
And of course,
No!
great pride in the net.
Bro!
So we had an interesting play here. So Joni.
Oh, it was a woman.
She was running.
Speaking of women,
Oh my God! Speaking of women,
And Mike Levin, excuse me.
bro fumbles it. She's there. Stay.
Through the base.
What are you doing?
So that's where you come over.
What?
The pitcher tags her in foul ground. And the third
Bro.
umpire John Epperson calls her out.
Get her out of Congress. What the? Bro, if you can't play baseball, you need to get out of Congress. This is insane. Wow.
The significance of it, but it has been really fun to watch Linda and Nanette Barragán.
Nanette Barragán, when she played, she doesn't play anymore, but she, just the way she would lead off the base, you could tell she was a serious baseball player.
She is serious, very, very serious fan, very serious player.
Ooh.
And that's going to do it.
All right, that guy playing second base ain't fucking around. Need to put him in the picture.
I appreciate it. What fun.
Middle of the fourth, 11-0 GOP.
Wow, 11-0, guys. Remember, this is not the largest victories. The largest victory ever, the largest blowout ever, is the Democrats at 22-0 in 2013. And the largest victory ever was the Democrats as well, 36-4, with a 34-point victory over the Republicans in 1928. Only 1 year did they ever tie, and that year it was 17-17 in 1981. All right, guys, so right now we're at 11-0, so don't count anybody out of this game, because remember, it was 17-17. We have victories that are in the 30s on this thing, and the largest blowout ever was 22-0. So we're not even in that kind of territory yet on this game yet. 11-0 Republican lead coming into the bottom of the fourth inning. Remember, guys, they only do 7 innings on the Congressional Baseball Game. Republicans have 37 wins, or 47 wins, looking for their 48th win overall. Democrats have 42 wins, looking for their 43rd win overall. Republicans are on a 4-game win streak. Ever since COVID, they have not lost. They're looking for their fifth win in a row. America 250, guys. And with that said, let's look in on our poll of the day, as it is every day on this show. Who will be president in 2028? Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, as it is every day. 31 votes in, 55 minutes in to our poll of the day. J.D. Vance coming away with it. He's got 58% of the vote. Gavin Newsom, 42% of the vote. Unlike most nights where this is only an hour-long poll, we did the poll earlier today on a different live stream that you can go check out, which is all about Trump's new actions and his new bill, and then Bill Gates testifying Epstein. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. That was earlier today. That created the runoff for tonight for the Congressional Baseball Game. And we're not going to end this poll until the game is over. So get those votes in, double tap, send your friends into the algorithm for our poll of the day. Can Gavin Newsom get his 11th win, or will J.D. Vance get his 28th win in our poll of the day? Who will be president in 2028? Damn, they really do take their time between the innings, don't they?
My son $10 from a bet.
They really take their time between the innings. They really take the time between the innings, don't they? Is there anything else that we missed here? Oh, congressional picnic speech. Trump Daddy did a congressional picnic speech.
So I know there are times.
This is today, right? No, this is a May. What? May 19th. What are you doing, guys? Come on. What are we doing here? We want to go watch all the algorithms. You're always fighting algorithms. Saw all that earlier. Swearing in. Speaks to reporters. And immigration go? All right. Cool. So we got two things to look at. Let's take a look back at the game, though.
Track and bounced right over there.
Oh.
Capitol Police getting out of the way.
Ground rule double for the Democrats.
Track and bounce up over there.
Look how fired up he is. The Democrats need something good right now.
Let's do it.
No quit on Team Blue.
We got a pinch runner in here. This is Pat Ryan from upstate New York running for Morgan McGarvey. And you asked me earlier, Kevin, kind of the philosophy behind the pinch running. Again, you know, these aren't professional athletes. These guys get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to practice. It's a physical game. They're older in their 40s and 50s. Just try to conserve a little more in the tank and also get a few more people in the game. It is charity.
Well said, my friend. The 2-0 offering from Stubbe. That one low, gets away. That's going to advance the runner to third.
Okay.
So the Democrats in excellent position here to pick up a run here in the bottom of the fourth and get off the schneid and finally break into the run column.
Taking no gunfire as of yet. That's it. Vote her out. LOL.
Yeah, you know, he kind of looked like there was a little bit of a conversation there. Looking at this here, he turned the glove over upside down. That's usually not a good sign with the catcher. And it went right through the wickets there. Yeah, you see right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he was expecting something that wasn't going to break quite like that. And Stubbe seems a little disappointed when he said, and maybe something going on here, either equipment or Morgan Luttrell with injury.
Looks like every dad I know when something happens and he's not happy about it. Don't forget.
Might just need a breath there.
I was going to say, don't forget, one more day, USA's national team getting ready for the World Cup. I am psyched about that.
Yeah, World Cup starts tomorrow, guys.
Right here on Fox Sports. Aguilar gets underneath that one. That's going to be fouled back and out of play.
You know, sometimes when you see something like that with the catcher, the umpire, the home plate umpire, walk out in front of the plate and dust it off, then dust it off again, and kick off some dirt with the shoot. You know, they're really, you know, if I cleaned that well at home, my wife would be very happy.
Well said, my friend.
Home plate umpire, Robert Fabian.
Springfield, Virginia. That offering high, full count from Stubbe. Team Aguilar got his fans over there. He's a dangerous hitter, especially in situations like this when he knows he'll get something to hit. The 3-2 low.
Oh, got it. And they coming home?
Won't matter.
No advance there by
Not going to come home. Not going to come home. All right. They're playing a strategic game here.
Talk about McGarvey being fired up. Let me tell you something.
Running back to the dugout there, jumps into the arms of his teammates there.
The scoreboard may say 11-0, but let me tell you, these guys are not going to give up. They're going to keep playing. They love it. The skipper, Sanchez, fired up.
And Greg Kazar. Greg Kazar, he runs more than Herb Washington, doesn't he? Herb Washington, the designated runner on the old Oakland A's teams. Charlie Finley never had an at-bat in the big leagues, but stole a lot of bases on some of those great Oakland A's teams in the mid-1970s.
Oh.
Chopper, this could be a very tough play. That one, no way to make that play. So now you're looking at the bases are loaded. Tough break there for Stubbe. And that means real trouble. Or, depending on what happens in this next at bat, you can end up with a double play ball.
Yeah, and that was
triple play. Triple play. Come on. We Republicans. Triple play.
Colorado, who's coaching at third base, he kept the runner at third because they would have had a play at the plate, certainly. So he kept him close. See what happens. This is Frank Mervan, Democrat of Indiana. First time we've seen him hit tonight. Excuse me. I take that back. This is Tom Swazi.
Yep.
Oh.
Chopper back to the pitcher, throw to the home plate.
Got it.
That's one. Double up at first if it gets there.
Got it.
It does.
Two outs.
Like that, almost the worst case scenario for the Democrats.
And that's exactly what you talked
double
about.
Play.
Tom Swazi, his first plate appearance, Democrat from Long Island. You know, Tom Swazi, his son played in the New York Mets organization a couple of years ago. Actually got into some games in spring training for the Mets a couple of years ago. Good play by Stubbe, right at home, kept it simple.
Oh, what? He wasn't even on the plate. You see that? Watch. He doesn't go on the plate. He's not touching the plate.
Well, you don't see that often, do you?
Oh, well, he did. Yeah, he was. He stepped off it
Randy
afterwards.
King's the
Okay.
first baseman, even though it was on the hop, handled it well.
Oh boy,
Dave Min.
Dave, my heart goes out to you. I've been sort of softly making that point tonight. Well hit ball.
Oh.
Gonna drive home a run for the Democrats.
All right.
In fact, it'll drive home a couple.
Oh,
Make
two.
it 11-2 with 2 outs as Min has a 2-run single.
Whoa.
You know, Dave Min had an RBI last year. He comes back.
First, that call, the ball was, I would say, generously off the plate. Min, unmoved, unbowed, and swinging.
Looked like Dave Min wanted to have a man-to-man conversation with Robert Fobian, the home plate umpire.
And finally, the Democrats have a reason to cheer. The Republicans thought they got out of a real jam there. They end up with a 1-2-3 double play. Still had runners on base. Min looks at a first called strike that was just wide of Waco. And instead, he comes up strong, rips a shot into right center field. 11-2 is our.
I just realized the pitcher is wearing a hat that's signed by Donald Trump. Foul ball.
The ball was tipped.
This is one guy who the Democrats really have high hopes for, Johnny Olszewski, a Democrat from Baltimore, big fan of the Baltimore Orioles. Still looking for his first hit in congressional history. A freshman, played in his first game last year.
I don't care who you are. It is tough to pitch to left-handers.
Oh.
Once again, Pfluger
Got it.
nails. And that's going to do
Out
it.
number 3.
The Dems get on the board. They get a 2-run single.
The shutout is over, guys. The shutout is over. So now the only thing that's up on the record book still is that 36-4 victory by the Democrats in 1928. The record from 2013 by the Democrats of 22-0 is still in effect because the Democrats do get on the board today. Let's go, Mr. Speaker of the House ceremony, swearing in Rep. James. Some Republican from California.
Very overwhelming, but I personally have loved my experience.
Holding a ceremonial swearing in for Representative-elect James Gallagher, who succeeds former Congressman Doug LaMalfa, who died in January.
Say anything? Ain't gonna say shit. All right, Pete Hegseth talking some news.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here at U.S. Central Command. Admiral Cooper, the commander of CENTCOM, was going to be here with me. We just got done with detailed briefings, but of course he is busy because CENTCOM, Central Command, will be busy tonight because President Trump said we will be hitting Iran hard, and we will be.
Wow.
Because Iran has a chance to make a good deal, a great deal, to codify what they said they've been willing to do, and they haven't been willing to do it. So, as President Trump said, they've been tapping. You can see when someone's trying to tap on a deal. Instead, they're going to have tap bombs dropping on key facilities in Iran from the United States of America. And that's not because we want to restart anything we don't have to restart. It's because the War Department is prepared to set the terms to ensure that we get the kind of deal President Trump expects. And Admiral Cooper and the team here at CENTCOM has done a phenomenal job from the beginning on Epic Fury.
Wow. Okay. Are we back? We're back.
I've watched the series several times.
It goes on and on and on. Don't stop believing. That would be the Democrats' mantra here.
There you go.
We have a pinch hitter here in for Randy Feenstra. This is Tim Burchett, Republican of Tennessee. His number 435, because there are 435 members in the House, and he told us that he is the 435th best player.
That is good. I like that.
Great guy. Loves his
Oh, fucking Tim Burchett, of course. God, 435 of his number. Brilliant. No way!
A little bit foul there.
Oh, bro. If Burchett hits. I
tell you, I have to say, when you talk about Journey, I always like Stone in Love, because what Journey as a band, they would be like 2 songs in one. Very economical.
Yo, come on, Burchett. Come on, Burchett. Pull it off, baby. Oh, my God. Burchett. You're not going to do it. Oh. No way. Aguilar robs Burchett of a hit. Number 435 stolen by the prodigy shortstop. The press conferences have come to the ballpark. Wow! Called it and everything.
And the crowd roaring right now. Guess who is coming to bat?
Unreal.
Dinner plate tonight, Steve Scalise, the House Majority Whip.
How great is that? That one low and outside, 1-0.
Again, William Timmons, the Republican from South Carolina, in the track stance. He will leave at the crack of the bat.
Oh!
At least
out.
Light offering right back to the mound, and that will make it 2 down.
2 outs.
We've seen some great baseball tonight. Look at
Burchett getting that hit, though. That was crazy. He almost got that hit. Got a rob from him.
How about this one? Oh, Aguilar.
And you know what? They asked, we talked about the player on the Democratic side, who takes it most seriously. On the Republican side is Silver Schmidt. Probably on the Democratic side is Pete Aguilar. And what I noticed in both of those plays, look at their eyes. They were absolutely dialed in.
Yes, sir.
Looking at those those balls. I mean, those are serious ball players. I know Aguilar made the error earlier, but man, good play there. Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Panetta coming in from left field. I thought we might have a collision there.
Oh.
That's a hard hit ball. That's
solid hit.
Center field.
Aguilar won't get to that one. Shamari Figures gets it back into the infield, and Eric Schmidt.
Schmidt's a veritable Iron Man. Here's another look at that Aguilar. You see him?
And he didn't bust his nose like that other guy earlier today.
Got it. Get it, got it, good.
Austin Pfluger, Republican of Texas.
2 outs here, top of the 5th. Schmidt, by the way, who's on first, has reached base all 4 times.
Wow.
Got a pinch runner, though, now in for him.
It's Eric Burleson, Republican of Missouri.
There's a well-hit ball. But this one should be reeled in. No, it's going to drop in there. Throw at second, not in time. Burleson's on, and so we have runners on first and second. And it is a 2-out threat billowing by the GOP. Pfluger once again.
Yeah, Pfluger down to first. Burleson running there on to second base. Looked like
yeah, that guy wasn't diving.
It's John Mannion now. Again,
that guy wasn't diving for us.
Out here, that was John Mannion, Democrat from New York. He did not play in the game last year. Had a little bit of a shoulder issue.
It's tough to get out there after it. And by the way, these are professional lights up here too. And it may not seem like much to the layman, but when you're looking up there, you're trying to catch the ball at twilight with all these big bright lights. It's not exactly an easy thing.
Greg Murphy, who pinch ran earlier, now batting. And, Mannion, he said he really wanted to get into the game. He's somebody who they
Nice.
thought they might try to pitch, but again, he's had that gimpy shoulder.
Yep.
He said to me when I asked him about his prowess in the game, he said, who's really scared of a 5'9", 57-year-old right hand? That was the quote from John Mannion to me.
Good stuff. That offering high, 2-1.
Maybe instead of playing baseball, they should be getting in the
Padilla's
Epstein
up to
files.
26 pitches.
Yeah, maybe you
Doing
should
pretty well
do that for them.
economically.
America's about sports. I'd rather them be playing baseball than doing anything else. They don't do anything else anyway.
Get 2-2.
Act like, why are they playing baseball when they could be working? They're never working, so it doesn't. That doesn't work.
Republicans were up 11-0. The Democrats played 2 in the bottom of the 4th, trying to chip away, trying to also keep the Republicans at bay here. They've got runners on first and second. Full count. Everybody leaning just a bit.
The thing that strikes me about this game is that overall it's just been a little bit of a cleaner game. The competition is definitely better. Again, the score might be deceptive, 11-2. This is kind of like what we had last year. But the Democrats are certainly more competitive in the field, the team that they fielded just a couple of years ago.
I agree with that. So that one gets away from Padilla, trying to work the upper end of the strike zone. That one delivered high, so the bases are loaded.
This is Nathaniel Moran, Republican of Texas.
Texarkana and Tyler, another great sports town, Tyler, Texas. Earl Campbell. Tyler Rose. Houston Oilers. Love you blue. Biggest thighs I ever saw on a football player. That guy was something.
One of the best quotes I ever heard in sports was about Earl Campbell.
Man, Democrats just can't get it over the fucking plate, guys.
Training practice.
Sure.
He couldn't complete the mile. And they asked Bum Phillips, what are you going to do about that? He said, well, when it's 3rd and a mile, I won't give it to him.
That's fantastic. That's great stuff.
You'd rather have a government that governs? Nobody asked you that. I'd rather have a government that governs instead of plays baseball. Yeah, that's just me. No, I mean, I would like a government that governs too, but it wasn't a this or that scenario. They're not governing anyway. And no one asked if, oh, well, if you guys don't play baseball, will you decide to do your job all of a sudden? That's not...
Second base umpire Craig Golden.
Bases loaded, 11-2, 2 outs.
Comes the 2-1 offering from Padilla. Well, he's got no real estate left here. No place to put him, Chad.
Bags are loaded in the 5th. And this is where, the Democrats, it seems like, a couple of steps forward and then 3 steps back.
Takes a hack at it, and that will
end the inning.
Just in time, 5 unassisted. Good job by Padilla to get out of a jam.
They didn't get any runs that inning. That is true. All right, let's double check. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, as it is every day on this show. Who will be president in 2028 with 881 days until the election? Going into our runoff, we have J.D. Vance at 53% and Gavin Newsom at 47%. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Republicans up 11-2 in Congressional Baseball. What do we got here? I see T-ballers play better. Exactly. Hello, NY driver. And here we go, Mr. Hegseth.
Through this blockade,
talking to us about dropping bombs on Iran now. We're going to do this weekend, I guess.
Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, which they say they don't want. And so since we're so close to that negotiated deal, if that's the case, they should step up and do it. There's another thing that was revealed today by the president that the press has not been aware of, but certainly this building, the U.S. Central Command, has known, is that Project Freedom, the idea of running ships through the Strait of Hormuz, it never stopped. it just
Jerry.
went underground. And so there's some things the public knows and some things the public doesn't
Jerry,
know.
dude.
But ultimately, we've been protecting commercial shipping going through the Strait of Hormuz, as the president announced, to the tune of over 100 million barrels moved through
Jerry.
and more in the middle of the night.
Fucking drill. Still going there.
Protected by the United States in a way that Iran can't stop. They can't see it and they can't stop it. So answer me this. If our blockade is ironclad, which it is, we just disabled another tanker attempting to leave just yesterday. Our blockade has stopped almost 140 ships attempting to navigate in or out to Iranian ports. So if our blockade is ironclad, which it is, and we're able to move commercial shipping in and out of the Strait of Hormuz, who controls the Strait of Hormuz? And President Trump said it, and he's right. The United States of America controls the Strait of Hormuz. We're able to bring oil in and out and other things with partners, and have done so now for weeks and weeks in ways the Iranians don't want to acknowledge. That's a powerful reality on the ground. Add that to what the United States military, what Central Command did to their Navy.
Well, then why do you need to deal with them?
To their air defenses, to their power projection
So strong, love this country.
And we know exactly on this ledger.
All right, let's see. Are we back yet? Nope, we're not back yet. Let's keep going.
Who's on the strong
That
end
is live, right?
and who is not. Who's had decisive effects and who can't defend. And so from the beginning, we've shown overwhelmingly the kind of capabilities the War Department can bring. This building continues to plan. And so those strikes that will happen tonight will be strong. They will be clear. If they happen,
They're literally
tomorrow night,
they're
they
saying
will be
they're
strong and they will be clear.
They're saying they're striking either tonight or tomorrow night in Iran, like that we're doing some strikes.
Iran has an opportunity to make a deal. That's the point. President Trump is a deal maker, the best in the world. He's prepared to make that deal. Iran would be wise to take it.
Trump.
Otherwise, they would have to deal with the types of plans that I just had a chance to see inside Central Command. And I'll end with this. I had a chance to thank the thousands of incredible Americans here at the headquarters that represent the tens of thousands out in theater, just the absolute best, dedicated to the success of this mission. Whether it was Epic Fury or the blockade and the ceasefire and the things that have happened underneath it, to give the president all the space he needs to make it great.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild weekend. We got Congressional Baseball tonight. We got first USA going up against Paraguay tomorrow night in FIFA World Cup. And then on Sunday, we got UFC White House. What's going to happen on Saturday? We're going to drop a fucking bomb on Iran, everybody. Wow! What a wild America 250. Solid time to be alive and an American.
Elsewhere, that was quite a
winning.
I mean, that happened, as I say, very
winning.
Close to my house. I wasn't in my usual togs either. I was, had been at the gym, and I was in a sweatsuit, reporting from the scene all day.
Quite a memory. Stubbe, just 57 pitches.
Man.
That one should be 6-3 and an out and 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
And again, we talk about an economy of pitches, just making sure you're putting the ball over the plate, let your defense behind you get to work, and that and the occasional strikeout, and he seems to be in pretty good shape so far.
It makes me wonder, in the bigs in the past, decade, 15 years or so, there's been a little bit of a change in philosophy to, rather than sit back and wait for your pitch, to jump into the count pretty early. I kind of wonder here for the Democrats if maybe, it is a congressional game. Stubbe's not a professional pitcher. It might, do them well if they were to take a couple pitches.
Oh! Try to get it.
That'll be E2.
He'd love to have that one back.
He got the mask off quickly, but something happened. I used to be a catcher in Little League, and one thing that I learned quickly, and it came from Johnny Bench, the best catcher ever, and you saw it on that play. He said all foul balls always come back toward the plate. And that's exactly what happened. That ball started to arc back toward the plate, and Luttrell was a little far out for that.
Good to know. The great Johnny Bench, part of the Big Red Machine.
Not with the lefties.
The battery there as we take a look at that glove there. Look at that.
Wow.
250 on that Stubbe mitt.
Absolutely.
Bro,
beautiful.
Bro has a America 250 mitt. He has a Donald Trump signed hat. He's got less than 60 pitches on the night. And we're going to the bottom of 5th, and he's pitched the whole game. Stubbe is killing it. Stoopy is killing it.
That's right. Now you give me the outfield.
Okay, so bench catching.
Yep.
Foster in left.
Yep.
Geronimo, the chief in center field. Ken Griffey Sr. in right.
There you go.
And extra bonus points here in the 76 World Series. Who was the first designated hitter in the World Series?
No idea.
Dan Dreesen.
Dan Dreesen.
Oh, no!
Hit ball. Hugging that left field line should be 7
unassisted. Oh, he got it.
And he stayed on his feet.
I called him a House rep before, but I'll call him a senator now. That is the senator that had a nosedive earlier and now just took another end of an inning. That is the end of the 5th, guys, going into the top of the 6th. Remember, double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, as it is every day on this show. We are currently in a runoff situation tonight, and we will not end our poll until the end of this game, but right now we're sitting at 45 votes. Gavin Newsom, 47%. JD Vance, 53%. Back to Hegseth. Dropping bombs this weekend on Iran.
They're enthusiastic about this historic mission. They're enthusiastic about the incredible results that CENTCOM has shown, and the media wants to spin it. They always want to make America look bad. They always want to make the president look bad and make it look like he hasn't accomplished incredible things. What CENTCOM has done here has been historic. And the military objectives that they've achieved have reset the table in this region and set the table for the kind of movement through the Strait of Hormuz based on U.S. control that changes the whole game. We know how much pressure Iran is under. It's clear. We see it. We read about it. We understand it, and so do they. And they would be wise to make only the kind of deal that President Trump would accept.
Firebird!
Deal. I'll take a few
I do this every once in a while. I'm going to give you standard mod access. Just my way of firing back at people, keeping the chat alive, keeping the conversation going. We love free speech here. Love both sides. Love having the conversation. If people are bugging you, if they're annoying you, you can now hold the little button down on them. Put them in timeout. Anytime between 60 seconds and a full 24 hours. We never ban anybody on this channel as mods, though, because we just let them listen in silence and deal with it. I know the media is false news,
Most
facts.
of their shots, by the way, missed and were shot down.
Are we back yet? We're not back yet.
By us. So their efficacy and their ability to actually strike is incredibly diminished. And thankfully so. Our air defenders are incredible, and the capabilities we have are incredible. No one said anything about restriking, and we're hitting additional targets. You resurface them when you have to, but ultimately we know exactly what we're hitting and why, and they can't stop us in that capacity, which means they're going to be less able to see and sense the things they want to be aware of.
And then furthermore, you just mentioned you're going to plan to hit them and strike them hard tonight. If the response is in hitting bridges, electrical infrastructure, how would that not be a war crime potentially targeting civilian infrastructure?
Well, it's precisely the kind of disingenuous question that I'm used to from the media, impugning the motives of the folks on our side who are incredibly professional and incredibly effective. We will hit them hard on our terms, on the targets.
Yeah, and we're going to fucking hit them this weekend. I'm telling you, it's going to be some big news, and ain't nobody ready for that shit.
All right, top of the
it's going to happen before that UFC event, I'm telling you.
9 runs here, Chad. Latrell back up at
11-2, bottom of the 6th.
They keep turning this lineup over. You know, Latrell, a couple of years ago with the Democrats, with the Republican lineup.
What's going on? What's going on? C-SPAN. What are you doing, C-SPAN?
So I know there are a ton of online providers out there on the market. So
ad. You fucking ad. This didn't even let me skip the ad. It's being like, no, you have to watch the whole fucking ad. To watch this whole ad about opening up a GLP-1 product on C-SPAN. Come on now. I am not fat, but I'm telling fat people to take this GLP-1. All right.
The reaction.
Oh, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, baby.
Is it a base hit?
He is psyched.
Infield hit for a catcher.
That is
Okay.
fantastic.
I think about catchers who could run well.
Pretty good wheels, not bad.
Yeah. Think about John Wathen. Stole a bunch of bases back for the Kansas City Royals, late 70s, early 80s.
Yep. Well, the crowd loved that, didn't they? That was fun.
Threw his helmet toward the crowd there.
The left.
Love the Stubby socks, by the way. I cannot get enough of those socks. Here's a.
Bro, what's going on?
You know what that looked like, the way he
People
grabbed
tuning
that?
in at the end to get the
Lou
feed.
Piniella throwing
So
the
it's not enough.
base. I mean that was kind of the same wind-up there. Very similar.
Yo, Spurs on a 12-2 tear.
Lou. I remember
Currently
that well.
beating the Knicks in Game 4. 12-2.
You and I have seen our fair share of, let's just say, fiery skippers in our past.
I'd say the one that I like the best in terms of his fire close by here, Earl Weaver.
Orioles.
Baltimore.
Of course. That's right.
Would turn his hat around backwards to argue with the umpire.
Yes.
The Duke of Earl.
Loved Earl. I liked the Orioles for a long time when I was a kid. They had some great players. Palmer, Belanger. They had some good guys.
Brooks Robinson at third.
Brooks, of course. Sure.
Reggie Jackson was there for a year. Ken Singleton.
I had a baseball card of Reggie Jackson when he was first with the A's, and he was about as skinny as I am.
And he played his first year in 1967 with the Kansas City A's.
There you go.
And of course, also the Orioles had Frank Robinson.
Who could forget?
One of the worst trades in baseball history.
And look at that right there.
Yep.
The great Frank Robinson.
Oh my God.
Under that one, but he gives it a ride all the same. It may drop in there. No, it's another great.
Got the catch. Be fair and for this American.
I tell you got to say defense is the key.
One out. Guy on first.
And again, it is tough to judge when you're trying to figure out the wind, you're trying to figure out the lights, you got a lot of real estate to cover, and just a great effort.
And again, look at the eyes. Jimmy Panetta, he was locked onto that ball.
Can I just tell you, the crowd really appreciated that. Speaking of the crowd, let's go down to Andy May.
Hey guys, I have the best seat in the house here down in the Republican dugout. We certainly can hear the crowd behind them today. You can see, of course, on your screen, Scalise on the other side of things. Just the crowd going absolutely wild when we see some fun plays out here. Of course, the fourth inning being a big one for Democrats, finally kind of scoring there. And you could definitely hear it on that side of the stadium. On this side of the stadium, over on the Republican side of things, we see some Stubby fans behind us starting a Stubby chant, as well as a little USA chant we were hearing after that as well. So certainly hearing the energy. We're hoping to hear all fun things, no trash talk, but you can definitely hear it on the field as well.
Great job, Andy May, down there on the field for us, taking in all the action.
That's great American country. I love America.
Offering. We do have a runner on. 2-1 is the count. Pfluger at the dish.
Garvey chasing that foul pop there.
Tell you what, when you are out there, and it may not seem like it's not like summer Washington weather, but it is muggy out there, and when you're running around, no AC.
Ooh.
I'm going to lose a couple pounds.
2-2.
There you go. Take a look at Garvey.
USA.
I think he's dropped a couple of LBs tonight.
Absolutely. You need some electrolytes after the game tonight. Brad Finstead at the plate here.
Struck him out.
Struck him out.
Two outs.
Finstead, lots of family in his baseball. One son plays college baseball, and he's got a couple of sons. He's got 7 kids, 5 boys, 2 girls, and 2 of them are crushing it, he tells me, in their 12-year-old league. So serious baseball fans there in the Finstead family in Minnesota.
Credit to Padilla, by the way. Sometimes a little off-speed junk, especially if it's up high in the zone, it can be tough to get around on those. So give him credit. That was a very nice offering to pick up another strikeout. So 2 outs now here, top of the 6th. And Huizinga is at the dish with a man on.
Huizinga, the second baseman here.
Nice catch there by McGarvey. That certainly would have advanced the runner at least one. Well done.
Zinga in the game last year, 1 for 2 with 2 RBI.
Let's go USA.
The 2-0 from Padilla.
Oh.
That's going to just
Go
fall
up.
just a bit back.
Yeah.
I don't think McGarvey knew where it was.
Yep.
Padilla came in pointing to it.
That was a good tip
Let's
you
go
gave me
USA.
about what Johnny Bench said.
Yeah, and again, you know, we would practice it, and you just notice it all the time, that those balls would come up, and just the, you know, kind of the curvature, the parabola of the ball, as it were, always drifts back to first base. Back to home plate, I should say.
The 2-1 just nicks the inside of the plate, according to the umpire. So 2-2.
2-2, 2 outs, one man on first, and an 11-2.
Is I mentioned the big red machine, Dave Concepcion.
Yep,
was number 13.
Shortstop.
Got him,
and
he caught it.
Strikeout for Padilla.
There it is. Top of the 6th is done. Going into the bottom of the 6th, Democrats down by 9, 11-2. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, as it is every day on this show. No news is news. Who will be president in 2028? With 881 days until the election, we are in our runoff. We are waiting until the end of the game to call a final victory. And right now, we're looking at 53% J.D. Vance, 47% Gavin Newsom. All right, we're going to go back to Pete Hegseth talking about dropping bombs on Iran over the weekend.
That improve the environment for us to operate in and undermine the capabilities that Iran wants to have. Again, they can't do that to us meaningfully the way that we can to them, but we're also clearly signaling to them, you have a choice. You have a choice in the way that you respond, and you have a choice with our incredible negotiating team in Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and the vice president and the president, across the board, prepared, Marco Rubio, the whole team, prepared to make a great deal that would benefit Iran. They choose not to, and as a result, they're going to meet the United States Central Command again tonight in the way the president laid out clearly. Yes.
So in the event that the Iranians don't come to the table and they keep playing games and they refuse to make a deal, how certain are you on our targeting ability to immediately find and finish off and execute every remaining senior leader within the Islamic Republic of Iran, an IRGC?
Well, let's just say this command has used the ceasefire.
I want to hear that answer, but I want to make sure we're good here. All right, here you go.
Fire wisely and with great efficiency to ensure that we are refining our intelligence and target sets in a way that are far, far beyond even the beginning of Epic Fury. And that's a part of what I had a chance to see today. So when you see the commencement of Epic Fury, if a conflict were to have to recommence, our ability to target, our ability to sense, our ability to see, our ability to get into networks has only been vastly improved over time. So, and that's certainly what the commanders relayed to me. So the historic success of Epic Fury would only be built upon, whether it's personnel, locations, capabilities, you name it. And again, remember, Iran doesn't have a defense industrial base, and what they have is extremely limited, meaning they don't have the ability right now to make more missiles or make more drones. What they have is what they have, and if they've dug it out, we'll strike it again if we need to. So we know the terms, and we've got always more capability to bring. Yeah, Phil.
Secretary, last night the U.S. hit nearly 20 targets inside Iran. Will today's strikes be bigger? And what can you tell us about the status of the wounded Apache pilots who went down yesterday?
The Apache pilots are in good shape. What they did, bringing that thing down.
All right, we're back at it. Bottom of the 6th.
I just remember coming home, clutching
China number
STP
1. Could somebody get these lunatics out of Washington?
That was my memory of the Indy 500.
China cheeseburger?
Remember STP?
I remember STP, yeah. You saw that everywhere.
The Racer's Edge. Kevin Court, Chad Pergram, Annie Mae with you as we bring you the 2026 Congressional Baseball Game for charity here at Washington Nationals Park, here in the nation's capital. The Republicans leading the Democrats 11-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stubbe once again pitching masterfully. He's given up a couple of runs, which is what he did last year. And just like last year, he's controlling the pace of play, placement, consistency, strikeouts when needed, and so far so good.
And Republicans have not gone to the pen yet. I mentioned
that's going to be a base
Pat
hit.
Harrigan. Yeah, I mentioned Pat Harrigan, who pitched in relief last year, the Republican from North Carolina. He won't do that this year. I think they might, since the pitch count is low, maybe have him go as long as he can possibly go. Going to get a pinch runner here for Morgan McGarvey.
Have we had a complete game?
We've certainly had complete games before. I mean, absolutely. I always talk about Steve Largent, the Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Seahawks.
Pitching for the Republicans in 1995. 7 innings. He was masterful.
Wow. Boy, was he something as a player. That guy was incredible.
He was not a bad pitcher either. Held the record for most catches for a number of years.
Stubbe having another solid night. 5 innings, 6 hits scattered about, couple of runs, 3 strikeouts, just the 1 walk. Again, you're right, keeping the ball right around the plate, that's important.
And they'd probably go to Pfluger next.
Oh, come on.
If they needed somebody in relief.
Last year he gave up a couple of runs on 5 hits through 5. This year, a couple of runs on 6 hits, and he's gone 5+.
There we
Pete
go.
Aguilar, just not a congressman from California. He's the chair of the House Democratic Caucus. We had Hakeem Jeffries in the booth, as well as Catherine Clark, the Democratic whip. He's next in leadership.
Heck of a player.
Just foul.
It was fun asking the minority leader about his childhood, growing up. You just, sometimes you pick up players that you like because it's your home team. I grew up in a city where we had minor league baseball in Denver before we had the Rockies, so the games we got to see were the Major League Baseball game of the week.
Yeah.
And it was always the Yankees against somebody. And so you grew up a Yankee fan because those were the guys you got to see. Kind of like the kids who grew up in, say, Chicago or Atlanta. You got to watch WGN, and you got to see the Cub games no matter where you live. And you got to see the Brave games, even if you didn't.
That was me. WGM was the Cubs. That was me.
Ted Turner just passed away, of course.
Yep.
Changed sports with that.
He did.
That's why the Braves were America's team.
That's right. Chopper back to the mound. Stubbe looks, makes the offering to second, gets the force there, and that will be 1 out with the other runner reaching on that fielder's choice.
Smart play. Goes for the lead runner. Waited for Huizinga cover there. Low throw, no chance to get the double play. Of another pinch runner here at first base.
Speedster out there on the base paths for the Democrats. One out, 1 on, bottom 6, the 72nd pitch of the night for Stubbe. That one hard hit, but high, should be 4 unassisted, and indeed that is the case. 2 down.
He almost ran into the second base umpire there, Craig Alden. And that's what he's saying now. The umpire is part of the field.
That's right.
That's the rule. And if the ball hits the umpire, or if somebody collides, and Craig Alden, his 31st season, I'm sure that Bill Huizinga is saying, it's your 31st year, calling this game. You should have gotten out of the way. You should know better than that. A little bit of friendly ribbing there between Huizinga and Alden.
That's good stuff. Out of Reston, another great town here, the nation's capital region. John Epperson over at third from Denver. That one's making its way toward the right field line, and just
foul.
Democrats would have scored there.
What's the score? 11-2.
Jay Kelsey couldn't
2 outs, bottom of the 6th. They only play 7 innings. Republicans are up 11-2 right now, guys.
Ever gotten a souvenir, Chad?
Oh yes. Junior Kennedy, who was a second baseman, utility infielder, threw me a ball years ago.
Nice.
There's a somewhat legendary story in my family where we went down to see the Reds and the Astros in 1978, and we came away with not one, not two, but three.
No
My
way.
dad had a Lee May, talking about Reds and former Orioles, first baseman's glove, said the Big Dipper. That thing could catch anything.
11-2 Americans
We got
winning.
3 balls in one night, including one from
Wow.
Stretch Suba, who was the bullpen catcher for the Houston Astros and famously was catching J.R. Richard when he had his stroke. And he was standing there, and my best friend Jamie Cordes and I were kind of, ribbing the bullpen catcher Suba. Didn't know who Suba was. And in those days, they would find, and this guy's not even on the team. He's the bullpen catcher.
Right.
And finally, when they weren't looking, he flipped the ball up, and I grabbed the ball in front of it. But we all three got a ball that night. So that was that was the biggest loot that we came home with.
I never got a foul ball, but remember the Brocious home run in the series?
Mm-hmm. Close.
I was about 10 feet away. It's just great to be that close. Didn't get the ball, though.
Yeah.
Too many very big and very fast people got that ball.
Had a ball by Strawberry hit off my hand one time.
Struck him out. Another K for Stubbe. And another inning of success for the GOP. 11-2.
All right, guys, that's the end of the 6th inning. We're going to the top of the 7th, the final inning of the game. 11-2. Republicans up right now. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, hit subscribe, send people into the algorithm for our poll of the day, as it is every day on this show. We are in runoff because this is our second show of the day, and we are waiting until the end of the game to call the victor. And right now, we have 48% Gavin Newsom, 52% JD Vance. It's getting closer and closer, guys. 1 inning left. Let's go back to Hegseth dropping bombs on Iran this weekend.
It was just Class A work by the great Americans who are incredibly skilled. People don't realize, this is a contested environment. As we've noted, we're running ships through. Iran doesn't really know how to see them or how to sense them, and so they're doing well, in good spirits, and we're grateful for everything they've done to protect the shipping and our interest in the process. What was your first question
And the
again?
strikes tonight, are they going to be bigger, more strikes than last night?
We're not. We're as you know, we're not in the business of revealing what we're going to do or not going to do. But ultimately, what we do tonight are going to advance our military interests and also enhance our diplomatic position. Because again, President Trump, he's willing to go back and fight as necessary, but has given Iran an open hand to make this deal. It's right there. They have that chance. They're choosing to play games. They're choosing to tap. If they want to tap, then the president will turn to the War Department. If we need to negotiate with bombs, we'll negotiate with bombs. And we're very good at it. Nobody better in the world. And again, so we're in lockstep with the White House, in lockstep with the negotiating team to make sure we set the conditions, and the targets tonight are meant to do that.
Just a follow-up, I know we spent half the day at Gitmo with you. There's still currently 15 prisoners there, mostly Islamic jihadists. So given Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's detailed confessions to orchestrating 9/11 and other al-Qaeda plots, why has the United States government chosen to keep him alive and comfortable at Gitmo for decades, along with these other Islamic jihadists?
It's facts. It's facts. Been asking this question for fucking 37 years.
9/11 and the other service members who lost their lives in the war on terror.
Well, I appreciate the question.
Yeah.
There's a reason we started the day down at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, in Southcom, is because we want to make sure Cuba understands that the United States capabilities are robust. It's right in our neighborhood.
Turn it right into a Cuba question. All right, guys. I gotta. Here we go.
Here, Chuck Fleischman, Republican of Tennessee.
Top of the 7th.
Was told the other night that he was injured. So he gets on base. We might have a runner for him, but he's in tonight.
Representing Chattanooga, another great town. Here comes the initial offering from Padilla. Gets underneath it, and that's going to be in shallow. Oh, it's just beyond the shortstop.
That was Pete Aguilar there. You can only go back on so many balls so many times in a night, right?
I give him an A for effort. Didn't quite stick the landing on that one. It got away from him.
I got it. He said, I got it on the last one. He got that one. Shamari Figures throws it back into the infield. Chuck Fleischman on board.
You know what, that flip is a photographer's dream.
Yeah.
Aguilar's had a heck of a night defensively, and frankly, for that matter, he's been pretty solid on the offensive side of things as well. He did have an error that proved costly in the early going, but on balance, he has been an absolute star for the Democrats tonight.
Yeah, pretty solid defense here on both sides. I think that's one he'd like to have back. And that ball, again, we talk about that no man's land. It's just hard for players to close that distance from left field or center.
5-4 on the force at second. Good enough for the out. Speaking of great defense, Eric Schmidt. This may be the play of the night.
Might be the play of the Congressional Baseball Game, period.
Yeah. And Aguilar going back. Got it. Good.
And he got it.
How about Pineda? Making up some real estate there. Makes a good judgment call. Slow, steady. Wins that race.
Some of these uniforms are going to have to go in the wash with Tide or Cheer tonight.
That's a strike. Can I just add my vote? I vote yes on having the uniforms like this.
Yeah, we talked to Catherine Clark about that. It's a nice look.
Yeah.
It's a nice look. It just looks good.
Nice pitch, just a bit high, but a very solid pitch by Padilla.
One Siscomani on first base. Now, if we can get the guys to have one number, not these multiple numbers, it makes it so complicated sometimes.
If only the viewers at home knew how hard you work to prepare. And poor Chad's got a notebook here, and he's got the same number for like 15 guys.
Yeah, it's absolutely hard. Again. And even some guys have changed number from year to year.
Yeah. Here comes a 2-1.
But that's what makes this game fun. It's those kind of vicissitudes and things. It's a different type of sporting event.
You know what else is great? It's the middle of the week. It's a nice way to break up your work week. You come out to the ball game, you enjoy it, a little charity. And again, an
Aguilar again.
Yep. Speaking of the charity angle of this contest, if you'd like to give, we certainly would appreciate it. Go to congressionalbaseball.org. Again, this is a baseball game for charity, and so for a greater cause, be sure to visit congressionalbaseball.org.
$3.2 million raised for this game tonight. 44 D.C. area charities. That is a record. They'll probably actually go a little bit higher than that, frankly. That was the number this morning. We'll probably get an update maybe after the game. Republican from Ohio, Dave Taylor, now at bat. First time we've seen him in. He replaced Brad Wenstrup, the Republican representative from Ohio, who tended to Steve Scalise. Wenstrup was a doctor, and when Scalise was shot on the ball diamond some years ago, Wenstrup here tonight, but on the coaching lines a little bit for the Republicans down at third base.
Our thanks to him, and thanks to the Secret Service and others who were there that day.
Dave Taylor from Miami University in Ohio.
Swing and a miss.
That ball chopped foul. Runner will not advance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Padilla is 1 strike away from closing the books on the GOP here at the top of the 7th.
And it will take some type of rally.
Herculean.
By the Democrats, yes. Well, what did we say earlier about the Sopranos? Don't stop believing. That's what the Democrats would say.
That's it.
It's going to be a tough out here.
Oh, yeah. Chopper down to third. That's going to be very tough to get to.
Oh, no.
And with the wild throw,
yeah,
the runner will
we're going to get another one.
Third, and so now what looked like it might be the end of the road for the GOP here. They have runners now on the corners.
Yeah.
All right. We might be able to get that 10 runs on them.
Foot and swift of limb to get down that line there. We'll have another pinch runner here for him. A little bit gassed.
Go, buddy. Go, Dave. Go, Dave. Just in time.
It looked like Dave Taylor might have pulled up there a little bit, and Juan Ciscomani, the pinch runner, he kind of hit the base funny there as well.
Yeah. Little fake there to make
Burleson now running.
Yes,
Eric Burleson again. From Missouri. In for Dave Taylor.
Those quads tighten up there on David, looked like.
You know, a few years ago, there were multiple members who pulled up lane, pinch runners.
Gets underneath that one. That's going to be tough to get to, and it falls.
And that was an instance of the pop fly not going right back to home plate. I think what Bench was talking about are those ones that come up immediately around the plate.
Sure.
That it's an easy play. Something that drifts over toward the dugouts, that's going to be a little more challenging.
Great show of camaraderie there and esprit de corps between the members. They may differ politically, but tonight we're all on the same team. Team America, Team Charity. So close. Padilla thought it was in there. 1-1. FIFA World Cup action coming away Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be great. Join us for that on Fox.
Ooh, got him on that one.
You know, I talked to folks about this game because there's so much attention on it. I said to them in December, I remember having a conversation with Roger Williams, the Republican manager. I said, you guys either got to get this game in before the World Cup or after the World Cup. I have seen them play this game. This is back in the 90s in early August.
I vote for not playing it in August. Quick break.
All right, bottom of the 7th, 11-2. Final inning coming up. Let's get the headset's answer on the Guantanamo.
Full effect, and we're going to be prepared to defend with all the capabilities we need there, but also everything the War Department could bring to bear. So my message was clear there, and it was great to be with the Marines and others, do a little PT, see how fired up they are about their mission down there. But listen, I've written extensively about it. These Gitmo detainees should have been executed, in my mind, personally, a long time ago for the crimes of what they committed against the American people. Unfortunately, the gears of American justice got gunked up all the way back to when I was a guard at Guantanamo Bay. In 2004, 2005,
wow.
I was one of the guards, one of the, exterior guards, small part, in the first attempts on these trials that were just starting. And there was a lot of hope. Hey, we might be able to try these guys swiftly for the crimes they've committed against the United States of America. And then whether it's international groups or lawyers and the things on top got layered on top and it all got stuck. We're committed to the death penalty in that case and in any others. We don't have any interest in.
Is there a way to expedite it though, because it's been over 2 decades?
Whatever we can do, we'll do. But I share your frustration.
Also on Cuba, you mentioned earlier today about Cuba trying to procure weapons in terms of potentially for other countries and the threat that might pose. Can you expand on that?
Just a warning. Cuba is 90 miles away. No country should live under the threat of those kinds of capabilities across from their shores.
So you're talking about like WMD? Like WMDs or
well, I'm not going to tell you everything about what I know. There's classifications about things we know that we don't share with the press, which is why we're careful about press credentials at the Pentagon. There's a lot of things that the American people and the public don't necessarily need to know. All I know is 90 miles away
Iran
from
won,
shores,
Trump's Iran excursion.
Any other country putting systems there.
We're going to bomb them this weekend, so I don't know.
What we see it playing out in CENTCOM.
Bombing them this weekend,
so that can range like that, it creates factors you have to deal with.
Back in? No, not back in.
So our message to Cuba is don't get into that game. Don't get into the game where you're threatening Americans or the American homeland because that won't go well for them.
Clearly, you must believe that there's a risk that Russia or China.
Well, there's always a risk. There's always a risk, right? And we're monitoring the entirety of the globe. I'm not speaking to any specific intelligence. I'm just acknowledging the fact that there's a lot of pressure on the regime in Cuba right now, and rightfully
Trump's
so.
shares cause the largest trade deficit in more than 30 years.
And sometimes leaders make the wrong decision when there's pressure on them. And we would encourage them not to go in that direction, which only creates the kind of threat the United States may have to deal with.
4.2% inflation.
We have all the options we need in that scenario.
How long would a U.S. military operation take to remove the communist regime in Cuba? And what would happen, per se, and how long would it take to reestablish order if President Trump were to decide to do a capture-kill operation with Miguel Diaz-Canel like he did with Maduro in Venezuela?
All I would say is options, options, options. Our job is to present options at different scales depending on where the commander-in-chief and the president of the United States wants to go.
So capture and kill is still an option?
We've got options all over the map. Just like we've got lots of options in CENTCOM. That's our job.
Yeah.
Our building literally plans for a living. So besides the Pentagon, no one plans better than United States Central Command. So to kind of bring it back home to while we're here, those options are all those options are on the table. The president expects us to be strong and resolute with the way that we respond and bring firepower, and we will certainly do that if need be. So thank you for traveling with us today very much, and we'll strike them hard tonight, and hopefully Iran makes a good decision. Thank you.
We'll strike them hard tonight. Uh-oh. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th, guys. 11-2.
Season game.
Democrats need 9 runs in this inning.
He served as the attorney for Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Black Sox scandal after he was banned from baseball in 1919 when they threw the, were accused of throwing the World Series to the Cincinnati Reds.
Gotta love that sound as that one makes its way into foul territory behind the plate.
Somebody told me that if Teixeira plays next year, he will use a wooden bat. That'll sound a little bit different than that clunk.
Holy moly. I thought the minority leader was right about Teixeira potentially setting every possible record as far as walks are concerned, because you don't want to give him anything near the plate.
Well, he's going to run into something that's a little bit different, because Pete Rose used to always say that the easiest place to hit is the major leagues. The pitching is better, the lighting is better, the umpiring is better. Guess what? This ain't the major leagues. and there might be a scenario where it is a little bit hard for Mark Teixeira, frankly, because that pitching is not quite what he's used to seeing in the American League East.
Well, that ball is well hit, but making its way foul and just out of play as it bounds off the top of the dugout. Speaking of Major League Baseball to Congress, you mentioned Teixeira. How about some of these others?
Yeah, John Tenner, he founded the game. First game in 1909. Vinegar Ben Mizell was a pitcher for St. Louis, an original Met and congressman from North Carolina. And Jim Bunning pitched for the Phillies, pitched for the Tigers. He served in both the Senate and the House of Representatives from Southgate, Kentucky.
Hall of Famer, American patriot, and a statesman.
(11-2) Republican lead right now. Bottom of the 7th.
The 2-2.
Last game.
He swings at a high offering, and that's going to be yet another strikeout. That's number 5 for Stubbe tonight.
I don't know if Kennedy was a little bit either frustrated with himself there, or if he might have hurt himself a little bit. He lost control of the bat. I don't know if pine tar on that. Talk to George Brett there.
There
Yes.
you go. Well done. That's one down here, the bottom of the 7th. Another high offering by Stubbe.
Ruben Gallego, one of only a handful of senators in the game. You know, I talked about these guys who take this so seriously. Gallego will tell you that a few years ago, he scheduled a C-section for his child to be born so that he could come and play in the game and literally leave.
Old man's
because they were
baseball
going to
is
do it
great.
later that night,
Right.
24 hours later. I mean, that's how important this game is to these guys.
That is serious.
He played when he was in the House. Now he's playing as a United States Senator from Arizona.
Gets underneath that one, lifts it just around third, and that
Got
will
it.
make
That's 2 outs.
unassisted.
1 out away, guys. Guys should have sub. Come on, sub. Obviously sub. If you like news, if you like pop culture, if you like politics, if you like video games, if you like sports, if you want to know what's going on in the world, hit the fucking sub button.
Gray, the batter.
Join us. Democrats throwing the spitball. 1 out left till the Republicans win the Congressional Baseball. It will be their 48th win. Democrats have 42 wins
Skips its way
overall, and it will be the 5th win in a row. 5 straight wins for the Republicans on this one, guys.
Sunglasses there, little Corey Hart.
Exactly what I was
Sunglasses
thinking.
at night.
Yep.
Oh!
It's in there for a base hit.
Truly a
Don't call them out till they're out.
Regardless of what I wear you have.
So close to being the last pitch of the game, and Stubbe can't believe it. Hang in there. Got to get one more out.
But Stubby's tired though too.
Just under the glove.
Trail sub, appreciate you, Nito. Neon prods.
That got on him quicker, I think, than he thought it would.
Yeah, there was a little skip to that.
Yep.
Linda Sanchez here. Debating who's going to bat. And I think we're going to have a runner here for Adam Gray.
All right, now here we go.
Subramanian, the Democrat.
Now remember, the pitcher is getting tired here now, so I don't know, guys. They only need 11 runs. I mean, if they get 10 runs in this one inning, they could win this game. They do have 2 outs on them already.
And if something doesn't
They do have 2 outs on them. You just called me Neon. I know. Oh, you can just call me Neon. Word.
Stubby's offering low.
Welcome, Neon. To the club. About done with this one right now.
Never have.
Can you?
Yes.
Vacation?
I might not shave for a couple of days here and there, but my wife always says she likes it because that means I'm relaxed because I don't shave for a couple
Holy
of days.
crap,
Chasing
guys!
around the halls of Congress.
There you go.
Oh my God!
Luzio's is in good shape.
Yo!
From the assignment desk or
the Spurs are beating the Knicks 50-25. They're beating them by double.
Which happened last week.
Start of the second quarter. 48-25.
92nd pitch.
Wow.
Stubby. Low but called strike.
I tell you, Kevin, covering Congress is kind of like the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Bro, I got 96 subs to my name and keep grinding until I get that 30,000.
Our solo.
Absolutely right. Got to keep it going.
All right, let's see what Stubby
I've been
does
at
here.
it since 2005.
The 2-1 high.
We're still
Try to
here.
Give it a little bit more pace.
20,000 deep.
Leaves
Now,
the
finally,
strike zone.
as of the last
Doing
month,
so, and
just hitting
now
1,000. Spurs in
he's got
7.
a
I
3-1
can feel it now.
situation with a runner at first.
Talk about the Eagles.
I'm less than 2 hours away from the Alamo Dome.
I've not, but I've heard great
But I'm
things.
still repping the Knicks. But the Knicks are annoying me lately with all the Democrats and Nick people being like,
So close.
I love the
Thought he might get that
Knicks. Like,
call,
I'm just
did
like,
not. So now runners
I
at
kind of want you
first
all to
and
fuck off now.
But on the
But I did live in
positive
New York
side
for 6
Stubby,
years,
now
so.
you got plays everywhere. You know. You
Oh
can
my God, guys.
erase a runner at third.
Guy on second and third, 2 outs, 11-2, bottom of the 7th.
So long as
They just want to call victory, and they might blow it.
Back in to run.
Chopper, and just like we talked about.
Oh!
Did he tag him?
Safe! He missed him!
The question is he out of the baseline? You know, he was on the ground.
No, come on, no!
Something that Roger Williams might have a beef with the third base umpire, John Epperson.
No, safe.
Great effort, but he
We're
did
playing regular ball, man. Come on, you got to get him.
take a look here.
Yeah.
No!
That's way out of the baseline.
No, come on, safe.
And immediately, Epperson makes the call. I thought he might rule safe.
No,
meaning
safe.
The idea that he eluded him. You know, Pfluger, it looks like he might have got him on the wrist there with the glove. If you remember that play in the 1970 World Series, Bernie Carbo at bat, Elrod Hendricks.
Bro,
Carbo
pitcher
comes
change,
home,
please. Exactly. They're
tags
trying
him
to fight it out,
the
but.
ball's in his hand.
That's right.
Oh, they did call that guy out. They did call that guy out. And that's it. Third out. There we go, finally.
What a great night.
Republicans win!
GOP streak extends to 6.
Republicans keep the winning
6
streak
wins
going.
in a row.
Democrats are still on the schneid.
48 wins overall to the Democrats 42.
Night of baseball and a great night for charity.
All right, guys.
My partner Chad Pergram, I'm Kevin Court for our entire
That's the
FS1
end of our show tonight. Let's make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe one last time. We're diving into the poll. We're gonna go look at the poll right now, and we're gonna end. We're just gonna hit end. We're just gonna hit end on it. And there it is. JD Vance comes from behind victory today to win his 28th one, which makes sense. JD should win up against Gavin when the Republicans won in the Congressional Baseball Game, right? I will be live back playing NBA 2K26 as the victor of tonight's game, Game 4, when the game is over. We are in the second quarter right now. Let me give you a final score on that before we shut it off. It is 57-32 San Antonio Spurs with 8 minutes in the second quarter left. I will see y'all later tonight for NBA and probably playing at the Spurs since they're probably going to win game 4 here. All right. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Last thing. Tomorrow, what do we have on the docket for tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. First game of the World Cup is tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you go check that out. And looks like we're going to have Rubio and Dana White signed an agreement on sports diplomacy. And we're going to get some shit with Melania as well and Blanchett. So mostly Rubio and Dana White doing some UFC 250 shit tomorrow, guys. All right, I'll see you then. Peace. Thank you. Later.